The Polish government has not been keeping an open dialogue with the country's farmers. They have not consulted them on the proposed Mercosur agreement with South American countries, nor on newly announced animal welfare regulations, which are due to go before Parliament for the first time this week. Will farmers take to the streets again? France is against it. All countries are against it. We as Poles are against it too, because we know that if these products come from South America, it will cripple our farms. There is no reaction at all from the Polish government, especially from the Prime Minister. Farmers across Europe are speaking with one voice. They are unequivocally opposed to the agreement with the South American countries because they do not want the European market to be flooded with beef, poultry and sugar from South American countries that do not meet EU standards. In France, farmers are already taking to the streets, despite assurances that President Emmanuel Macron opposes the deal. We cannot understand how we in France can continue to accept that our children, our fellow citizens, eat imported products that we in France do not have the means or the right to produce. It's not right, so we have to say stop. It's over, we can't take it anymore. Our patience is running out. For now, Polish farmers merely communicate their refusal. They may soon follow in the footsteps of the French. The agreement with Mercosur will hit European farmers very hard, including Polish farmers, because they are large countries that do not comply with EU regulations that we have had to meet since joining the European Union, such as animal welfare. We had to increase the area for cattle, the area in cages for poultry. These countries just don't have to bother, so they can raise more of these animals per square metre. Law and Justice MPs expressed their opposition to the EU-Mercosur agreement in a draft resolution submitted to Parliament in which they stress that food security is one of the pillars of Polish national security. The threat of opening up South American agriculture is back. There's also the question of Ukrainian agriculture. After the war, we will have to establish relations with Ukraine on a basis other than free trade. Otherwise, our agriculture will collapse under such an influx of products grown without EU regulations, and we cannot allow that to happen. What does the government say? For now, only the Minister of Agriculture has spoken. That it is against signing the agreement with Mercosur. It warns that the adoption of the agreement in its current form would significantly affect the European market.
Pan premier Kosiniak-Kamysz mówi, jesteśmy przeciwko umowie z Mercosurem. No to
Mr. Deputy Prime Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz says, we are against the Mercosur agreement. Why then hasn't the government taken an official stance on the agreement? So far, only the Ministry of Agriculture has spoken out. We, Law and Justice, have submitted a draft resolution to oppose Mercosur. Show that you are against this agreement and pass this resolution. I have given it a print number and it has been referred to the Committee on Agriculture, which I understand will consider it. If the government does not make its position clear, there is a serious risk that Polish farmers will take to the streets again. We are constantly on strike alert. Solidarity has already announced this protest. At the moment, all the unions, even those very sympathetic to this government, have themselves realised over the course of the last year that this government does not meet the expectations of Polish farmers. This is one of the most numerous social groups and one of the most dissatisfied with the actions of the government.